Absolutely. I'm Anil Pannala. I work as a senior technical program manager within Microsoft. I joined last June. It's been very less than a year, and I'm into completely into the SONiC. Prior to that, I used to work in a lot of cloud companies, and I had a lot of background on the networking and everything as well. And when I came to the Microsoft itself, I've seen what they're doing or what the community has been helping on the SONiC side has attracted me a lot. Actually, I started diving in, and I see the interest going around within the company and outside the organizations. And last 9 months or so, I worked on different areas within the SONiC as well. I'm primarily focusing on the SONiC for chassis, because that's the next big thing coming up in the SONiC area, because we're already covering T0 and T1s on the pizza box layer. So I'm more focused on that. I'm going beyond the SONiC T2 to the WAN and all that stuff. So my focus area is more towards that area. SONiC in general, I think it's open source, and it started a while ago, and from there the journey has been kicked off pretty well, and I've seen the adoption rate is pretty high at this point comparatively any other open source network operating system. And within the community as well as Microsoft has been investing a lot of time and people and innovation towards it, and we've been growing pretty big in all different sections, right? Even though we are looking at each area, we are packaging into different sections. Security wise, we are trying to see what we can do better. Feature sets wise, what we can do better. We've been improving day by day, and we've been increasing a lot of quality as well within year over year, and the images has been coming up with great features and the quality testing and everything as well. And and a lot of new features. I mean, we've been hearing more from the community as well, what's coming in, what's the interest, what are the things they're looking at, what is the feedbacks coming up from different implementations, and so that, and the communication within the community and how we do frequent checks between ourselves has been improving a lot and lot towards the solution with respect to the SONiC itself. And I'm pretty excited on how things gonna go in next few years. There were quite a few actually, more on the security side, which we started. I think today we had a demonstration, and Shin has been shared some of those insights towards it, and there were quite a few FIPS which is coming in. I think we have a lot of new features on the security side. I think even the build out side, we are trying to create some new features which is coming as part of this. And this is actually, we started last year itself, which for the SONiC for chassis. 2020-05 is the release we've been using it. I think the new build also have more enhancements to that area as well. And this release will enable, I think, whatever the backlog of whatever we had. I think we covering most of the part in this release. SONiC has more benefits, and the reason why is, I think, it's a disaggregation between the hardware and the software. I think today we have a bigger issue when we go to any networking, any company does. Many companies which we have seen that they always lock down with a device vendor, and we have a different vendors coming up with their own softwares, and maintaining operations and maintenance for each are very different in scale wise. Then you have to maintain different section of people, different things and all that. And when you go bigger and bigger, like Azure and things like that, it's pretty complex when it comes to number of SKUs you have, maintaining it and all. It's very difficult for a bigger organizations, and even from smaller as well. I think SONiC will make it very simple. It's actually make it more flawless, and it will be convenient to operate, operation wise and everything. And you don't have to log down to certain SKUs, and you just don't stick with one switching platform. Based on your needs, or based on what you really want to do in the data centers, you can switch around with different. You can still have less seamless operations and everything, and feature sets and all that stuff. That's the more convenient part. I think that, not just that, right? So the evolution, what we see a lot of new companies are coming towards it, building more applications on top of it, because it's more containerized platform, and it's easier for to build all the new solutions on top of that. And I've seen a lot of interest coming from the community and building their own products, and which gonna help a SONiC to be a better, it's in all different, like orchestration wise, easily to identify the fault management and all the stuff. You can cover most of that, so it's more easier and convenient in that. So I think we've seen some of the presentations today, even in the mini summit, and there were a lot of challenges if you do it by yourself, and if you have a vendor doing that for you. And it can be with respect to the cost wise, or with respect to the people you needed for the brains on that, or managing and maintaining that. I think, and SONiC is very open, and the way it went on, the adaptation rates, right? I'll suggest people to come out and try it out, you know, and see how that works. And it's been seamless execution as well. And as I mentioned earlier as well, that there are a lot of applications, again, open source, like we've seen that SuziQ today, and a lot of things coming up, which is making it more convenient for people to use it and try it. And it's pretty good to give a try on that. So actually, SONiC is not just focusing on just on the networking. It's beyond the networking. Basically, we are looking at the enterprise level as well. We are trying to see how it's gonna help also on the telecom side. You know, it's I think whatever we achieved so far, we already done so much of improvement in the networking side. It's already been adapted by so many companies, supported by so many partners and companies, and community wide. I think we are no more just on the networking side. We are looking beyond that. We are looking at talking about edging. We are IoT world. We are trying to find how it's going to help the telecom side, how make it more the networks more robust and stable, reliable on that side. I think this is going to be the one of the futuristic. I would say that, you know, and people definitely will start looking towards it. And I already seen a lot of interest and positive energy towards it. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who seeing this. I think there are so many people also looking into it. They don't want to really say that they are checking how this is going to work, but some of the competitors are also trying to see how we did that and how this is going to help others as well. So I think we already have a success story towards it.